Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look at Mana Decentraland, see what's going on here, and obviously try to identify, where it's going to head for the near future. It's definitely looking good. So we'll take a quick peek at that. And before we do, we look at Bitcoin first as well, because I just want to bring something to your attention. I get a lot of questions right now. Hey, is Bitcoin back on track? Well, cool. Yeah, maybe a little bit. It bounced off of 56,000. That's all well and good, but it hasn't broke above 58,000. Yeah. Okay. So keep in mind this candlestick from yesterday closed well below 58,000. Okay. So we just got to be we got to honor the support and resistance levels, as I always like to try to say, and make sure that we respect those too, in the sense that that significant decrease in the last few days, it's going to take a moment for Bitcoin to recover. All right. It's not just going to ramp up to 70,000 tomorrow. We got to be real with that. And just understand that until we can get this one-day candlestick to close above 58,000, I don't foresee Bitcoin being back on track yet. Okay, so the key takeaway here is you want to start dollar cost averaging between 52 and 54,000 and 56 and 58. Obviously, 52 to 54 is tentative, but if you keep DCA right now in the 56 to 58 range, I think you'll still be very good in the big picture. Okay, so all in all, that's the case here for Bitcoin. Not terrible, not great. Just it is what it is. So try not to get too far ahead of yourself. So let's go ahead and take a look at Mana here and kind of see what's going on. Because Mana is performing very nicely here recently. I guess I'm pretty sure yesterday what I did is I was anticipating that we're going to see an increase. I didn't expect it to be this fast, this quick though. And this is great. We like to see that because Mana was kind of it was just calm before the storm, right? It was trying to break the resistance level at about 345 and couldn't for like 5 days straight. And once it broke, I recommended we add to our position. In fact, I opened a signal with my community and we're up almost 25% already. And it's looking very, very good, right? So I think I'm confident to say that Mana will reach its all-time high and continue to increase over the next coming days. Now, again, if Bitcoin drops to 54,000 tomorrow, we can expect Mana to take a bit of a hit. It's not just going to ramp up contrary to that, but it responds very well to Bitcoin selling off, and it responds even better to Bitcoin doing well, as we've seen in the last 8 hours. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of the indicators here and kind of work our way down. We're back over 70 on the RSI. I love to see that. That's just fantastic. It gives us that bullish momentum where 70 on the RSI effectively works as a support level in a bullish trend. So that basically implies that we shouldn't expect the price to come down any lower than 388, right? Because that's effectively the same level as the RSI is at 70. Okay, so taking a look at the 4-hour chart here. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. So obviously, we looked at it yesterday. It was in this channel here, and it ramped up pretty hard. Almost hit our profit target, but not quite. So we've looked, yeah, this is awesome. We can see higher highs and higher lows here too. I don't know if you can identify that, but we definitely got those higher highs and higher lows. So the key here is for us to make another higher high somewhere in this range and for it to continue to progress upwards. But we want to double check here too. How far in this here are we? So this is something to be respectful for. In other words, we've got a 9 on TD sequential. So we've hit the point in which we've had 9 4-hour candlesticks in a row effectively considered to be bullish, right? So with that bullish momentum, it's all well and good. It's all great. But without a state of consolidation or retracement to follow that, it could become overextended and exceed that standard deviation, so to speak, put in place by the volume. So if we look at this here, we can see what? 1, 2, 3. We're looking at 3 candlesticks here into the next little consolidation phase, right? So it's consolidated right between 388 and 423. And I think at this point here, we're going to start to see a continuation of the upside here soon, based on the sheer fact that it's consolidating nicely. It's giving it enough time to kind of reset. So I'm confident we'll be able to see like a start over with a 1 or 2. And this is the start of a really good healthy bull run, because you can, anytime you identify a good bull run, it's going to have a staircase pattern. So I've mentioned that countless times to my patrons, but just in general, if you're new to the channel, when the price can increase like that, then you're doing much better than a parabolic increase like this, right? We don't want to see a heart monitor pattern, right? It just keeps on flickering. We want to see consistency, and that's the key, right? Consistency in life is important. Same with trading. It's extremely important that we see that. So therefore, we're in good shape here. In other words, what I'm getting at, that's the summarization. I like that it's consolidating nicely here and not being very sporadic. I appreciate the fact that it's actually doing that and not just shooting to the moon, because some YouTubers do prefer to really get excited about that, but I'm not the blowhorn type, right? I appreciate the realistic aspect of trading, and there's no need to hype this up. It's doing very well though, okay? That's just the bottom line. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the 1 hour, identify a couple of other things, and then we can go ahead and call it a day with prediction. So taking a look here, obviously we can see the price, the Ishimoku cloud is effectively working as a support level here, or at least it hasn't worked as a support level. Let me rephrase that. Usually when the price travels into the cloud, it can bounce off of it and continue upwards in that same direction. It tested it here, so to speak. It came close, but it really hasn't traveled into the cloud yet. But what I'm getting at is if the price were to continue sideways, we've got this added support level here, right with, and bear in mind, these two lines, this is the previous all-time high and the all-time high one-day close. These two are very strong support levels. So the fact that the price is consolidating just above support, this is the calm before the storm. This is what's going to happen, and strong likelihood for the price to ramp up now. And here's what's great. When the price jumps up and breaks, a recent high, right? And then it comes up here as well, it's oftentimes going to bounce right off of these support levels. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And I think I misspoke a little bit. I don't know if that's technically it's not the all-time high. I misspoke. Yeah, all-time high is upwards of about $5. What I'm referring to here is that was actually the one-day candlestick close for the high previously. So yeah, we had this candlestick up there, but this is basically a really strong support and resistance channel right here. Therefore, the fact that it's bouncing off of that, bouncing off the one-day candlestick close high, is extremely important. Okay. Now, yes, you are right. It isn't the all-time high just yet, but we will break that soon. In fact, let's go ahead and mark that just so we got it on the charts, because that would be a milestone to break as well. But the bottom line here is that we broke the recent one-day candlestick all-time high close, and now we're ramping up. So that's an effective support level. So is Ichimoku Cloud. So we've got all good things here. There's really nothing disadvantageous rather, that's causing the price to want to come down. Therefore, I think we're going to still see a continuation of the upside. And again, pending Bitcoin doesn't tank to sub 56,000 tomorrow or this weekend, I think we're going to see some pretty good things here from Mana. Because even though Mana is doing very well contrary to Bitcoin, that could still impact it adversely somewhat. It'll stunt the growth, so to speak. So, all right, we're looking really good here. So I'd say, by month end, there is definitely potential of $5.83. I think that's a likelihood. I would say by year end, of course, going to be much higher. We're going to want to take a look at this again, redraw the Fibonacci retracement lines once we've established a new low and new high, and kind of go from there. So all in all, great things from Mana. I think it's confident. I'm confident in saying that it's going to continue upwards, and I would consider adding to your position right now because it does look like the price is ready to kind of start taking off. Again, dollar cost average if possible. Don't take your entire bag and throw it in. That's not what we do. You want to be smart and you want to be cautious. And be cautiously optimistic, of course, because this one is definitely taking off. And Bitcoin is about 58,145 right now. So it's trending upwards. We're looking good. All right, so hopefully you found benefit here today. We'll cover Mana again very soon, likely later today or tomorrow. And we'll look forward to seeing the next video. Thanks again for joining me here. If you're not currently a patron, consider subscribing before month end. Rates are increasing next month. You can lock in your rate. Check that out. It's a really cool trading community. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Take care.